After World War II broke out in Europe in 1939, Japan sided with Germany and Italy in a common cause against Allied powers. On September 20, 1940, Japan signed the Tripartite Pact with Germany and Italy, thus becoming part of Axis power. In World War II, the three great Allied powers, Great Britain, the United States, and the Soviet Union, formed a grand alliance that was the key to victory. The three principal partners in the Axis alliance were Germany, Italy, and Japan. These three countries recognized German domination over most of continental Europe, Italian domination over the Mediterranean Sea, and Japanese domination over East Asia and the Pacific. On December 7, 1941, Japan made a surprise attack on the U.S. naval base at Pearl Harbor and destroyed much of the U.S. Pacific Fleet. The following day, the U.S. and Allied powers declared war on Japan. With a war plan of amazing speed, Japanese forces captured vital outposts in Asia as Hong Kong, Malaya, Singapore, and the Dutch East Indies or Indonesia in a matter of weeks. By early 1942, the Japanese Empire was now master of the Pacific. It was only in the Philippines where they bogged down due to the gallant resistance of Phil-American troops at Bataan and Corregidor. For 6 months, Phil-Am resistance upset the Japanese timetable and war plan. The Philippine campaign forced the Japanese to commit more troops and resources, enabled General Douglas MacArthur to retreat and regroup Allied forces, and Australia was saved. But the Filipinos paid a heavy price at the cost of nearly 100,000 Phil-Am troops killed, wounded, or taken prisoner. The survivors were forced into grueling Bataan death march from which only half survived. A brief background of how the war ends. On August 6 and 9, atomic bombs largely destroyed the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki respectively. The Soviet Union declared war on China on August 8 and marched into Manchuria the next day, where the Kwantung Army could only offer weak resistance. The Japanese administration attempted to make the preservation of the imperial institution its primary condition for surrender. Once the Allies agreed to respect the will of the Japanese people, the Emperor insisted to retreat. The Pacific War came to an end on August 14, which is August 15 in Japan, and on September 2, aboard the battleship USS Missouri, the formal surrender was signed in Tokyo Bay and was announced to the nation. And the rest was history. Thank you so much for watching.